Seniors, listen closely because in just weeks, 5 major Social Security benefits could stop cold for thousands of Americans, and if you're not ready before September 30th, your payment might never arrive on time. This channel is here to protect your benefits and keep you one step ahead, so hit that subscribe button right now and turn on all notifications, because this is information you can't afford to miss. American seniors, this is not the kind of news you can scroll past and forget about, because if you're one of the millions relying on Social Security each month, the clock is ticking toward a September deadline that could stop your payments cold, and we're talking about 5 major types of benefits that could be affected: retirement, disability, survivors, supplemental security income, and those special veteran-related Social Security entitlements. And if you don't take action now, you could wake up in October wondering why your money never arrived. For years, Social Security has been slowly pushing people to switch from paper checks to direct deposit or a prepaid debit card, but now, as of September 30th, they're pulling the plug completely on mailing physical checks. And while this might sound like a small administrative change, for those who have not yet switched, it's the difference between getting your rent paid on time and being left with nothing in your account when bills are due. Imagine this: you've worked your whole life, paid into the system for decades, and you're depending on your retirement check to cover your food, your utilities, your medications, maybe even help your grandkids, and suddenly that check simply doesn't arrive because you didn't know you had to switch to electronic payments. And here's the part that should make every senior sit up and pay attention: this isn't just about retirees. Disability beneficiaries who count on their monthly SSDI payments to survive, survivors who depend on benefits after losing a loved one, those receiving supplemental security income because of age or disability, and even some veterans who get Social Security-linked benefits, they're all in the firing line. The Social Security Administration has made it clear: if you haven't arranged for direct deposit into a bank account or signed up for the Direct Express card, your payment will not be processed after September 30th. They have said there are a few exceptions. You might qualify for a waiver if you're over 90, live in a remote location with no access to banks, or have a severe mental impairment, but those exceptions are narrow, and applying for one takes time. The problem is, not everyone has heard about this change. Fewer than 1% of beneficiaries, around 500,000 people, still get paper checks, but that's still hundreds of thousands of Americans who could be facing serious financial trouble come October. And here's where the urgency kicks in. Many seniors are simply not aware this is happening, because the notices from Social Security can get lost in the mail, tossed aside as junk, or misunderstood as routine reminders. Some think, "I'll get to it later," but later is running out. This is why I'm telling you now: if you receive any kind of Social Security benefit, you need to double check how you're getting paid. If your money is already going straight into your bank account, you're fine. But if you still walk to the mailbox each month to pick up that familiar paper envelope, you are at risk of losing your income for at least 1 month, maybe longer. And it's not just about missing one payment. Once a disruption happens, it can create a cascade of problems. Rent gets missed, late fees start piling up, your credit score takes a hit, utility companies threaten shutoffs, your health insurance premiums go unpaid, and before you know it, you're in a hole that's hard to climb out of. This is why Social Security is urging people to make the switch now, not in mid-September when call centers will be flooded and appointment slots will be full. For those without a bank account, the Direct Express prepaid debit card is the fastest solution. You can apply for it, get approved, and start receiving payments directly on the card. No bank required, no check to lose in the mail, and no risk of mail theft. For those with a bank account, setting up direct deposit is straightforward, but don't assume your bank or Social Security will do it automatically. You have to contact them and confirm it's set up. The bottom line is this: Social Security payments are your right, but they also require you to meet certain requirements, and starting September 30th, receiving them electronically is one of those requirements. So, let's break down these 5 benefits that could stop without action. First, retirement benefits, the backbone for most seniors, covering essentials like housing, food, and bills. Second, disability benefits, lifelines for those who can't work due to illness or injury. Third, survivors benefits, the income that keeps families afloat after losing a breadwinner. Fourth, supplemental security income, or SSI, critical for the most vulnerable seniors and people with disabilities who have little to no income. And fifth, veteran-linked Social Security benefits, payments tied to military service that many former service members rely on. Each of these benefits will still exist after September 30th, but the method of payment is changing, and that's where the risk lies. miss the switch, and your payment stalls. And for anyone thinking, well, maybe they'll make an exception if I forget, understand that Social Security is not in the habit of bending rules when the deadline is clearly stated months in advance. This change has been years in the making, part of a broader government push to reduce costs, cut down on check fraud, and streamline payments. They've already saved millions of taxpayer dollars by moving most people to electronic payments, but now they want 100% compliance. And while that might make sense on paper, it also means real people many in their 70s, 80s, and 90s have to navigate a system that can be confusing and frustrating. Think about the seniors in rural areas without easy access to banks, or those who've never used online banking, or those who are wary of scams and prefer the tangibility of a check. These are the people most likely to be caught in this transition, and they're the ones who will suffer the most if they miss the deadline. That's why family members, friends, and caregivers need to step in now to help. Don't wait for your loved one to mention they didn't get paid. Ask them now how they received their benefits. If they say a paper check, you know what to do. This is also a call to community organizations, churches, and senior centers. Spread the word, because the Social Security Administration may not reach everyone in time. And remember, it's not just seniors. Some people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s on disability benefits still receive paper checks, and they're just as vulnerable to payment disruption. So here's my urgent advice: treat this like you would a major storm warning. You don't wait until the clouds are overhead and the wind is howling to take cover. You prepare now, while you still have time. Contact Social Security, call the Direct Express Card Center, or go to your bank and set up direct deposit. Keep your confirmation number, and make sure you understand when your first electronic payment will arrive. And if you think you might qualify for a waiver, apply for it immediately so there's no gap in your payments. This September deadline isn't going away, and ignoring it won't make it disappear. It will just leave you without the money you've earned and rely on. For many, this change will be smooth and barely noticeable, but for the rest, it could be a financial earthquake. So I'm telling you right now, check your payment method today, switch if needed, and avoid the chaos that's coming in October for those who don't act. The Social Security Administration has made the rules clear, and now the responsibility is on you to protect your benefits. Do it for yourself, do it for your family, and do it before September 30th, because after that, no amount of frustration or angry phone calls will bring your paper check back. Seniors, your financial security is too important to gamble with. Act now, spread the word, and make sure you're ready for this change, because the countdown has already begun, and time is running out.